I'm Daniel Schulof, a complete charlatan with a massive financial conflict of interest. This is Dogs, Dog Food, and Dogma. Today's show, we try to answer the question, is the domestic dog an omnivore or a carnivore? So are dogs omnivores or carnivores? The answer is pretty simple. It doesn't matter. So to explain what I mean when I say that it doesn't matter, it's important that you understand three different terms. The first two are the two different kinds of carnivores there are. There's, on the one hand, what are called obligate carnivores, and on the other hand, what are called facultative carnivores. Obligate carnivores are animals that are required to eat meat, or else they're going to develop some kind of deficiency disease and they may not stay alive. The quintessential example, the one that everyone can tell you, is cats and other kinds of feline species. If you don't feed them some amount of meat, their body can't produce the amino acid taurine, and taurine is a vital nutrient for cats that they need in order to stay alive and for their bodies to operate appropriately. On the other hand, opposite obligate carnivores, we have what are called facultative carnivores. Facultative carnivores aren't required to eat meat in order to prevent themselves from developing deficiency diseases, but they're still geared towards meat eating. If you look at their bodies, they have all the evolutionary adaptations of an animal that's focused on eating meat. So things like teeth that tear meat as opposed to grind grasses, and a digestive infrastructure that can more efficiently digest meat than it can digest plant matter. Nevertheless, if you construct their diet just right, you can keep that kind of animal alive and away from deficiency diseases without feeding it any meat whatsoever. And then the third group of animals is the one we've already mentioned, omnivores. And omnivores are special because they're animals that don't discriminate in diet as much as many others do. They're able to eat some meat product, they're able to eat some plant material, and they can keep themselves alive kind of on a more diverse diet. And so what I'm trying to say is that unless you're a biologist, it doesn't really matter if you think your dog falls into the facultative carnivore category or into the omnivore category, because the line between the two is kind of blurry anyway. And I'll bet that if you're looking at this video, that the reason you're really concerned with classifying your dog one way or another is you're trying to understand how healthful is it for my dog to eat a meat-based diet? How important is it for my dog's health to feed it meats entirely or almost entirely? And here's the thing. We know that regardless of where our human classifications of the domestic dog go, we know without a shadow of a doubt that for more than 99.9% of your dog's genetic evolution, it ate nothing but meat. And so even if somebody can present a technical argument where they say, look, I've shown in this experiment that we can keep a dog alive without any deficiency disease whatsoever, even if we don't feed it any meat, if we construct the diet exactly appropriately. Therefore, they're an omnivore, they're not technically a carnivore. That's beside the point. The point is the most natural thing in the world for a dog is to eat a very meat-based diet because, like I said, for more than 99% of their evolution, they didn't consume any other food products whatsoever. So is your dog a carnivore or an omnivore? The answer is it doesn't matter. Because if you're a responsible pet owner who's just trying to do right by your dog, the right question to be asking is, how natural is a meat-based diet for my dog? And we know the answer to that question. The answer to that question is there's nothing more natural for a dog than an almost entirely meat-based diet. I'm Daniel Schulof, a complete charlatan with a massive financial conflict of interest. Thanks for watching.